Spirit is something that everywhere we go, God, look at all those people over down there. Everywhere we go, the crowds are huge. I'm telling you, there is something special happening in the Commonwealth of Virginia. This is a moment. This is a defining moment for Virginia, for our future. It's a defining moment for us to change the trajectory. To change the trajectory of the Commonwealth of Virginia, not just for those that live here, but for America. Where we in fact embrace the relentless pursuit of a better life, the relentless pursuit of prosperity that's not blocked or burdened by politicians who are so self-interested. So self-interested that they're more worried about their future than your future. Where we in fact work to overcome a culture that is trying to convince us that we should shelve our hope, that we should accept low expectations. The short answer is, Virginians are saying no. This is our moment. This is our moment to stand up for our children, for our grandchildren, for our nieces, for our nephews, for our neighbors. It is no longer a campaign. It's not. It's a movement. This is a movement. It's a movement where Virginians are ready. They're ready to, yes, elect statewide offices in the governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general. Yes, take back our House of Delegates. Yes, elect supervisory board, city council members, sheriffs, and school board members. Virginia that soars, doesn't settle. This new Virginia where we in fact know that she can be the best place to live and work and raise a family. A Virginia that delivers the Virginia promise. This Virginia promise, though, hangs in the balance. It hangs in the balance right now because this race is tied. Although I'm up like 0.3, but it's tied. It's tied right now. Folks, when it is tied, what that means is that whoever works the hardest, whoever has the best team, whoever wants it more wins. Let me tell you, we are going to win. Virginians do. This is what we do. There is a spirit in the sky. It is the spirit of, yes, Virginians of days past. It's the spirit of Washington, of Jefferson, of Madison, Monroe, of Patrick Henry. Great Virginians who we stand on their shoulders. We stand on their shoulders because they, in fact, did all the work at the beginning of this great country. Because Virginia's history is our nation's history. And our nation's future is rested in Virginia's presence. This is our moment because America needs us. We're not just voting for Virginia, we're voting for America. Every day I get texts and emails and phone calls. And these texts and emails and phone calls, they say, Glenn, stand up for our children too, please. Please. Because we all know that Terry McAuliffe and his left liberal progressive friends, they believe that government should stand between parents and children. That's what they believe that in fact you should be fired from your job if you don't get a vaccine. Oh, by the way, not just fired, but then you shouldn't be allowed to collect unemployment. they want. They believe that, in fact, friends, they believe that our law enforcement should be depleted and defunded. It's that clear. It's big government control against individual liberty, and I'm on the side of individual liberty. This is why America's watching. There's only 2 statewide races this year, New Jersey and Virginia. That is it. All eyes are on Virginia. All eyes. They're not on me. They're on you. They're on you. All eyes are on Virginia. Why? They're why? Because we need to stand up and lead again like Virginians do. We do not follow. We do not sell. We lead. And this is what we're about to do. Friends, I get asked every day. Actually, I get asked 2 things. First thing, people always ask me, are you sleeping well? They're worried about my health, I guess. I say, yeah, I'm sleeping great. I'm sleeping like a baby. I wake up every 20 minutes screaming. I'm worried about the future of the Commonwealth. I'm worried should Terry McAuliffe somehow or another figure out how to win, what will happen? We cannot let it happen. We're not going to let it happen. Let me tell you what I get asked more than that. I get asked, what are you going to do on day 1, Glenn? And let me tell you all we're going to do on day 1. Go on this journey with me. On January 15th, I will have the great privilege, the honor, I will be humbled to go work for you. I will will stand under Mr. Jefferson's portico. I'll put my hand on a Holy Bible. And I will swear to God Almighty that we will protect, we will defend the Constitution of the United States of America. For a minute, and I don't even begin to presuppose where people are in their own faith walk, but if you want to join us, we're going to stop in prayer. And we're going to thank the Lord for watching over us, for providing for us, for protecting for us, to bring around us all that we need. And then we're going to ask for His help going forward, because with Him all things are possible. And then we're going to say amen, and then we're going to work. On day 1, we are going to cut the cost of living by reducing taxes for all Virginians. You know this. Virginia's become too expensive to live in. We know it. The left liberal leadership in Richmond overtaxed Virginians $2.6 billion in the last fiscal year in the middle of a pandemic. It is your money, not Terry McAuliffe's. So on day 1, we're going to declare the largest tax rebate in the history of Virginia. Largest tax rebate. We're going to eliminate the grocery tax. We're going to suspend for 12 months the latest increase in the gas tax. We're going to double because that gives everybody a tax break. And then we're going to work for our veterans. We'll build up over 3 years and get to $40,000 of our veterans' retirement benefits. We're going to exclude from taxes. We're going to say thank you for those who gave all in. It'll save Virginians $1,400, almost $1,500 in year 1. My opponent, his policies, hundreds of pages, it's going to cost Virginians $16 billion. Get ready. $5,400 for every Virginia family. Friends, we are going to get our cost of living down, and I'm going to work on day 1 to make it so. was governor, 88 schools failed to reach their accreditation. 88. Rather than do the hard work and fix them, you know what he did? He lowered the standards so not one would fail. For his own career, he put your children at risk. Today, Virginia has the lowest standards in America. We're ranked 50th. 50th in moving forward, progressing in math and reading. George W. Bush called it the soft bigotry of low expectations. The test scores that came out this past spring were the saddest I've ever seen. 55% of white children cannot pass an 8th grade math equivalency test. 70% of Latino children. 80% of black children. Friends, the gap is unacceptable. The absolute magnitude is shocking. This is what Terry McAuliffe left us. So we're going to work on day one, and let me tell you what we're going to do. First, I will declare that Virginia schools will never be closed again. We'll be open 5 days a week. In We're going to raise expectations. We'll fund in the largest education budget. We'll raise teacher pay. We'll fund into public schools. We'll fund into special education. Virginia's kids with disabilities have suffered mightily. We're then going to launch the most aggressive charter school program Virginia's ever seen. Virginia has 8 charter schools in the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. Maryland has 140. North Carolina has 190. We have 8. We'll launch 20 on day one. It is a down payment to close the gap and provide choice for parents within our public schools. So let me be really clear. We will teach accelerated math. We'll award advanced diplomas. We'll teach all history, the good and the bad. America's the greatest country on the planet. We know that. We have some abhorrent chapters we must teach so that we don't ever repeat them. But friends, we will not teach our children to view everything through a lens of race. Well, and divide them into buckets and pit them against one another. It flies square in the face of everything we know is right. I mean, Dr. Martin Luther King, he implored us to be better than ourselves, to judge one another based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. And bring our children together as neighbors to live their dreams, to support one another. And on day one, I will ban critical race theory. On day one, I'm going to stand up for law enforcement because I know law enforcement stands up. Deadliest cities in America. Richmond, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Newport News. Friends, we know what's happening around us. Terry McAuliffe doesn't care. Terry McAuliffe stood up the Police Benevolent Association. He didn't even meet with them. That's why they have all endorsed us. 50 sheriffs, 4 switched parties and became Republicans. On day one, we'll comprehensively fund law enforcement, higher salaries, full equipment budgets, and oh, by the way, training. No more unfunded mandates. We're going to protect qualified immunity. We're going to invest in community and police cooperation. We're going to invest in our mental health system. It's broken. We've got to invest in it. And finally, on day one, I'll fire the entire parole board and we're starting. Georgia. They grew 120% faster economically than Virginia. 120% faster. By the way, in my world that I came from, if one of your competitors grew 120% faster for 4 years in a row, you got fired. You got fired. I think we should fire Terry McAuliffe. North Carolina created 8 times the number of jobs that Virginia did over the last 8 years. 8. Tennessee 6 times. Ford Motor Company announced 3 weeks ago that they're going to put 4 state-of-the-art battery plants in the Mid-Atlantic. Folks, $11 billion of investment, 11,000 jobs. 2 in Kentucky, 1 in Tennessee, 1 in Georgia, none in Virginia. These are jobs we should have. Right on 58, we should have those jobs. So on day 1, we're going to work, and let me start. I will declare Virginia open for business. No lockdowns, no shutdowns. We're going to protect our right to work. Terry McAuliffe looked at a camera and he said he'd get rid of right to work. And then the unions put millions and millions and millions of dollars into his campaign. Friends, right to work it's not anti-union, it's pro-worker. It allows everybody to make a choice. I was in a plant a few weeks ago in Lexington. Half union, half non-union. It works. Friends, we cannot force everybody to join the union. That's what Terry McAuliffe wants. The Virginia Economic Development Partnership came out and said if we lose our right to work, it will cost Virginia over $11 billion in investment and nearly 40,000 jobs like that. I'm going to protect our right to work status, but we have to get growing. So on day 1, I'm going to cut 25% of job-killing regulations. There's 37,000 pages in the Virginia Code. How in the world can you comply? We're going to give small business a tax holiday for 12 months. Keep your profits, invest in growth, hire more people. We're going to have to train a workforce in the future so every Virginia child goes through our high schools. I want them to graduate either college ready or career ready so we can go to work in a growing economy. We have to teach Virginia to innovate again. We're ranked 49th in the nation as best place to start a business. 49th. Only Connecticut is worse. I have been to Connecticut. We will not be Connecticut. We're going to have accelerators. We're going to have to raise capital around businesses. We need to cut the regulations to start a business, friends. We are going together. By the way, any governor who says that he created jobs doesn't understand business. Businesses create jobs. So together we are going to generate 400,000 new jobs over 4 years, foster 10,000 new startup businesses, and we're going to get this great Virginia economy moving. That's what we're doing. Day 1's going to be busy. And guess what? There's a day 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming. On day 1, we're going to make government work for us and stop telling us what to do all the time. It starts with our constitutional rights. They've been trampled on. We all know it. I will stand up with Jason Miyares and Winsome Sears. We'll stand up for our First Amendment right. We'll stand up for our Second Amendment right. And friends, we're going to stand up for our 10th Amendment right. You watch this. Jason Miyares and Winsome Sears and I are going to lock arms with governors, lieutenant governors, attorney generals, Republicans all over America and push back against Washington overreach on Virginia. This is our moment right now. This is no longer a campaign, it's a movement. I need you to go with me. I cannot do it by myself because it's not about me, it's about you. So here we go. Because this is not a spectator sport. It is not. I need you in the arena. I need you in the arena because this is what Virginians do. have 8 days to win this race. 8 days to define the new Virginia. 8 days to make sure that Virginians can go chase this Virginia promise of a better life. 8 days to make the statement that America needs us to make. 8 days for all of you to commit yourself to get in the arena with us. And so I have to ask you for 5 things. Number 1, go vote and bring 10 friends. Go vote and bring 10 friends. Now, by the way, if you have already voted, then go bring 10 friends. And it can't be 10 people that are here. It's got to be 10 other people. You must be responsible for getting people out to the polls. This is what the Democrats do. We got to do it. Second of all, I need you to all get a red sign and put it in your yard. There are red signs all over the Commonwealth. It's a permission slip. Friends, everybody who sees it says, well, I can vote for him too. Drive through Old Town Alexandria. I'm telling you right now, I didn't think there were Republicans in Old Town Alexandria. There are red signs everywhere. Third thing we need volunteers. We need volunteers. We need folks that will be election observers. We need to train you. We need you. We need folks that will hand out sample ballots, knock doors, get people out to vote. Who will give me 2 hours? I need 2 hours from folks. Come on now. This is not a moment for you to say, well, do I have 2 hours? This is a moment for you to make time to show up. We need you. We need you. Fourth thing we need from you is to be our ambassadors. I've been trying to meet 8.5 million Virginians. I'm not quite there yet. Therefore, I need you to speak on our behalf. You know what we're going to do. We're going to stand up for freedom and liberty. We're going to cut taxes, have the best jobs, the best schools, safe communities, protect our rights. I need you to speak to your universe, to your network on our behalf and get people out to vote. And finally, friends, and again, I don't want to presuppose where anybody is in their own faith walk, but if you have a prayer list, put us on it. So here we are, right here together. 8 days to go. Who's with me? Who's with me? Commonwealth. Let's change the future of our country. Let's do it as Virginians. And I'll tell you right now, on that day in January, the 15th, when I have the great privilege, the honor of going to work for you, and this is the way I view this, you're going to hire me to go work for you, I will step into this job. I will step into this role so honored to serve all of you as the 74th governor of this great Commonwealth of Virginia. God bless you all. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I need all of you to sign the bus. And then as we all travel around this great Commonwealth, you are all with us all the time. All the time. Sign the bus. It's just out front. And then finally, if you'd love to get a picture, I would love to get a picture, but please sign the bus. Bless you all. Here we go.